G'day guys. Okay, this is the introduction to SketchUp video. You would have found it just under this tab here in your Google Classroom under Introduction to SketchUp. What I want you to do in this video is I want you to follow along with what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Okay, I don't want you to watch this entire video and go to the end and then go back and try and remember all the steps of what to do. I want you to just do it along as I do it. If you need to pause the video or rewind, just pause it, rewind it to watch the instructions again. Okay, but make sure you're doing everything I do as I'm doing it. But what I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you to open up a new tab by pressing that button. And then if you click the home button next to the where you can type in here, that little house button, it will take you to this page here, your student intranet, right? If you don't have that home button, come and ask me. I'll show you how to get it. Or you can just type in this URL up here. So pause the video and you can type that URL in if you don't have the home button or if it doesn't take you to this page. What I'm going to need you to do next is over here, we have a little icon called Google SketchUp. I want you to click on that. Now, my Google SketchUp is going to look a little bit different to yours because I have a few files already open in SketchUp, whereas you might not have any, but that's okay. I'll show you exactly what you need to do when you have SketchUp open. Now, it may ask you to sign into SketchUp. You'll just need to sign in with your school email address. But once it's on like this, you should see these things on the left, Home, Google Drive, and Create New at the top. Before we do anything, what I want you to do is I want you to grab this this SketchUp for Schools tab. If you click on it and drag it down, you can see how I can move it around the screen, move it wherever. I can drop it there, or I can move it over here. What I want you to do is click on it and drag it all the way off the screen to the right, all the way over there. Then you should be able to click back on this one and you'll have your intranet open again over here. Okay, so now we have half the screen ready for Google SketchUp and half the screen to do the other things we need to do. Now, we should have two tabs open here, the classwork, Google Classroom one, and the intranet. What I need you to do is I want you to have a few different tabs up here. One tab I want you to have for your tutorial videos. So at the moment, you've got this video here, right? The one you're watching, the introduction video. I want you to have another tab where we open up Google Classroom. Okay, so we've got our video tab over here. We've got our intranet page here and Google Classroom over here. Let me just go into classwork. Now, we don't need this intranet tab anymore. We've got Google SketchUp open and we've got Google Classroom open, so we can close that tab. Now, in here, what we have is a CAD activity booklet down the bottom. What I need you to do is click on that, right-click the CAD activity booklet, open link in new tab. This is going to give us our activity booklet in a tab that we can swap to whenever we like and see our activities. So that's the first activity we're going to draw, put it in there. Next, let's go back to this. We have a submission booklet. This is where we are going to submit our work when we're finished. So what I want you to do is I want you to right click on this, open link in new tab, and that should open up in a new tab as well. Now it might already have the first model in there. I'll just get rid of that so it looks, this is what it should look like for you guys. Number 1 square block, insert screenshot of your final model here. Okay, pause the video if you haven't done either of those two steps. Go back to Classroom and open these two in a new tab, the CAD activity booklet and your submission booklet. Now, what we also have is the tutorial videos 1 to 20. So for the first 20 activities that you need to do, there is a video that shows you exactly how to do each of the activities. Now, when you watch any of these, I want you to right click, open them in a new tab as well, just so that you can change easily between having this one open and having this one open. Okay? Now, once we've got that, let's have a look at our first activity, number 1 square block. Now, I need you guys to follow along with me here. So as I do something, I want you to pause the video, do it on your screen, and follow along with me. We're going to start over here. We don't click Create New. We're going to click this downwards arrow, and we're going to select decimal millimeters. There we go. Now, we're in SketchUp now. What I will tell you is, there is a video here, right here, that says number 1 square block. If I right-click that and open that in a new tab, this video will give me exact instructions on how to draw this first model, okay? The only thing that is different is over here, the tools look a little bit different because this was done with an older version of SketchUp, but the activity is exactly the same, okay? All of the tools that you need are over here. If you can't find one of the tools that you need, click on this dog. If I say to use the rectangle tool, type in rectangle and you'll get the rectangle tool, right? That dog will fetch any tool that you need. So what we are going to do is I want you to watch this video, draw this first activity, the number 1 square block, and I'm just quickly going to show you how to save it. So to draw this one, I'm going to do it really quick, but this video has more instructions on how to do it. I'm going to click here, move the mouse out on the green and red direction. So I've got a blue rectangle like this, type in 100, 100, enter. I'm going to hover my mouse over that little rectangle and use the scroll wheel to zoom in on it. Then I'm going to use the push pull tool over here to click on it and move it up, type in 100, enter, and I can now hold down the scroll wheel and orbit around, and that looks really nice. So that's the finished model. In the video, it will tell you at the end to save it in a certain folder. Because we're doing this on the browser version for SketchUp now, we're not going to be doing it that way. We're doing it a little bit of a different way, and I'm going to show you that right now. What I need you to do is, because it's finished, we can open up our submission booklet over here, number 1 square block. What I'm going to do now is click over in this window. I'm going to click Windows key, Shift S on my keyboard. Windows key, Shift S. If you're on a Mac, your screenshot shortcut might be a little bit different. I'm not sure what it is, unfortunately, but you can Google search that, how to screenshot on a Mac, and that will show you. Now I'm going to click over here, drag down here, and that has now taken a photo, as you can see there, of my number 1 square block. So what I'm going to do is, over on my submission booklet, I'm going to press Control V on my keyboard, and that puts a photo in. That's number 1 finished. What I need to do before I move on to the next one is I need to highlight this name over here, number 1 square block. I'm going to press Control C. I'm going to go over here where it says Untitled, because we haven't titled our work yet. Click on that. It's going to ask where I want to save it to. You're going to want to save it to My Drive. We're going to make a new folder by clicking this button up here. We're going to call it CAD Activities. Create. And we've got our CAD Activities folder there. And now I can Control V in this over here. And now the name is number 1 square block, and I will save it. So we can see that now this is saved as number 1 square block. So that's finished. We now click on these 3 lines up here, click on New, and we're back in business. We can get started on number 2 rectangle block. And remember, if you need help with this one, just close this one there because you're finished with that. Go over to Google Classroom, right click on that, open this link in a new tab, and here is the tutorial for the number 2 rectangle block. And you should be off and ready to go. If you have any questions, just ask me. I'll be wandering around the room, or your teacher will be wandering around the room, and they'll be able to help you out. Okay, enjoy the SketchUp.